Hello everybody and welcome back to Brailsford Woodworks. Thank you for joining me. So more than 20 years ago at the hospital I used to work at, they had removed many hard maple handrails, and I had the fortune of getting quite a few of them, and I made a lot of projects from them. I made a billiard table for myself. I made my kitchen cabinets at my old house with it. I made a sleigh bed for my daughter. Let's see, I made her a side table and I made her a barrel top desk. And today I'm starting to use the remnants of it to start making a crib for my brand new grandson, Rowan. So the first thing I'm doing is dimensioning all the lumber that I can. And I also have to remove the outer varnish layer from some of it, and that's what I'm doing here with my planer. A danger that comes from using recycled lumber is nails, and I thought I had gotten it all, but here it is, one last finished nail that I was able to pull out. Now I'm going down to finish dimensioning it. When I do build furniture, I typically don't build from plans. I like to do my own thing. But in this case, with all of the requirements for cribs, I felt that it was better to use plans. And I'm using Wood Magazine's crib plans. I did that for my oldest grandson, with my oldest son, when his wife had their first baby. And I decided that was a pretty good plan, so I purchased them again, and I'm starting to use it. So all the legs are formed by laminating together three 3/4 inch boards, and the middle board will be cut out to allow to become a mortise, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm getting the middle laminates ready, and now I am laminating all the legs up. So this is a form that I had made 12 years ago when my oldest grandson was being born, because I built them a crib too, and I'm using the same plans as the last time. So I was happy that I still had this. I dug it out, and I'll be able to use it again. This forms the cap of the the headboard. The back part of the crib. If this is convertible into being a twin bed, and when you convert it, this would be the headboard. So I'm going to start ripping the material I need to make the cap. I'm going to cut them into thin strips, and then I'm going to laminate it over the top. So I did not have enough of the reclaimed wood to make the entire crib, so I did have to supplement it. I bought 5 pieces of 4/4 maple, and I am going to use one piece here for the headrail cap, which will be ripped or resawn into 3/4 inch strips and then glued back on my form. And so I'm going to cut those. I'm going to rip it down to what I need right now as far as a 2 3/4. My Laguna BX18 bandsaw really does come with an amazing resaw fence. That was bound to happen sooner or later. Like the first dent in a new car, getting your first stain on your new bench, same thing. I'm not putting those tight, I'm just snugging them just to hold everything in place. I'll do it on both ends. Sometimes some of these glue-ups are like the old vaudeville acts with the spinning plates on top of poles. It's kind of hard to keep all your plates up in the air. There we go. If you're going to do a project like this, make sure you have plenty of 6-inch F-clamps. Alrighty, that can just sit overnight now. So I glued up a piece of wood wide enough to be the headboard top rail, and I'm using the cap as a template to mark so I can cut it on the bandsaw. So I'm test fitting the top rail to the legs, and the legs also have to be trimmed to accommodate the top cap. To make this a little more fun, I'm making polka dots from exotic hardwoods, which are going to go in the top rail of the headboard. I used Wenge, Padauk, Canary Wood, Purple Heart, Yellow Heart, and it came out really, really well. You'll see. I used two different sizes and I laid them out in a random pattern. Here I'm just kind of figuring out how I want them, and I'm going to mark them, then go back and drill them all. From there it was on to making trim. Lots and lots of trim pieces. I'm showing just a tiny bit of it, but I had to make several different varieties. And after that, it went on to sanding. Lots and lots of sanding. And if you're sanding small trim pieces, it is tedious and it is brutal. But I got it done. So after that, it was on to making slats for both the headboard and the footboard. Lots and lots of slats. And all of those had to be routed on the edges and sanded up to 220 grit. So pretty much everything got an 1/8 inch round over. Anything that was straight and long got an 1/8 inch round over. So now I'm cutting the trim that captures the slats in both the headboard and the footboard, and I'm cutting it to length. Next you'll see me gluing it on to both the footboard and the headboard rails. Had to make sure I had all my orientations correct. I could have made a big mistake. Now I'm cutting out the spacers that will go between the slats. I've glued both the top rails and the bottom rails in both the headboard and the footboard. And now I'm getting ready to install the slats. I'm making my marks where I need them to be, and I'm going to put that first slat in and hold it in place with painter's tape. I figured checking to see if it was square before I set it in place permanently was probably a good idea. With that first slat held in place, I was able to install my first 4 spacers, then apply my next 2 slats. Then I worked to one side, finished it up, and then worked to the other side. I could have gotten myself into trouble if I had glued that second to last one in before I installed the last one too in the rail, because I never would have gotten it in. So the two ends are 2 pieces of 1/4 inch maple plywood laminated together, which I am doing here. Now it's time for some end panel assembly. The plywood glues into the two strips on the upper and lower rails, and then there's two caps that go on the ends. Got the bottom and top rail installed, and now I'm going to glue up the end caps. Now it's time to install the headboard cap. I'm drilling the holes that I'll need, doing a 1/2 inch Forstner bit, which I'll then drill in a smaller one, and I'll install my screws. And since I have the 1/2 inch Forstner holes, I am going to plug them with various colored plugs, just like the headboard. So when I made the first crib for my oldest grandson, they had you buy a spring frame for it. Well, those are no longer available, so they did adjust the plans to now make this platform, which takes the place of the spring frame. I finished the whole thing with a very thin coat of polyurethane to kind of seal it, and then I used a hard wax over the top of it. It actually came out quite well. All right.
Okay.
Are you at the door?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It looks so good.
Amazing.
Look at your new bed. Yeah. It looks so good, Dad. I love the polka dots.
You did an amazing job.
I really like the polka dots. I love the different colors that you
And
did.
he's got them up here too.
Yeah, I saw that.
I love it. I really, really love
Alright,
it.
let's see if he likes it. Let's go.
He gets to try it out. And I got to take a picture to prove to Aunt Petra.
Little man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at you. I love it. Look at you smiling.
Like, I don't know how I feel about this one though.
I know, it's in another room.